been wanting to make this video for about a year now. So about 4.5 years ago, I stopped using shampoo. I used a few different methods and I settled about 4 months in on rye poo. It's what I call rye poo. So it's rye flour and it's apple cider vinegar. So I have done a blog post on this before, but I figured a video is a bit more visual and it's a bit clearer to see what goes on and how much I put in, because I never know how much I put in, but I can show you with my protein shaker. So here we go. Now I have just finally got around to making this video and put a bikini on and everything so I can go in the shower, and I've realised that I'm out of apple cider vinegar. So instead, for this time only, but you have to pretend that it's apple cider vinegar. I'm using some gross old distilled vinegar from the cupboard, but just pretend it's apple cider vinegar and yeah, it should be fine, hopefully. So before I get into the shower, I have filled my protein shaker almost up to the top with a little bit of room here with just plain water. It's nice if it's warm water obviously, because then you're not pouring cold water over your head, but this is cold water. So I'm now going to put some rye flour in there. So this is officially how much I put in. This is white rye flour. Do not get whole grain. I accidentally got wholemeal flour before one time and didn't realise, and it was bloody awful. My hair was full of clumps for a long time. So let me show you. About this much. That is how much I put in. It looks gross, doesn't it? About that much rye flour. Okay, so then I put the shaker lid on. This one, for some reason, it seems to have like a little gap in it and it always squirts everywhere, so excuse this if that happens. I see some, oh yeah, there we go, a little drip. I think it's not, I'll do it with the shower. Okay, all shook up. I would normally do that in the shower anyway, so I'm going to put this straight in the shower and lather it through my hair. So what I do is I wet my hair just like you would with shampoo, wet it all the way through, and then rub the, I don't know what the word is, massage the rye flour in. So I'm going to do that now. I don't know if it's going to steam up, this might be weird. Okay, so now I'm awkwardly standing in the shower, trying not to get water everywhere. And I'm just going to wet my hair and then lather. That's about as I can pour. It doesn't really lather because there's no foaming agent or whatever in it, but yeah, I wet it and then rub it through. Okay, so now I'm pouring this through my hair. Can you see? No, not really. I do about half, starting with the roots. I make sure I get my whole scalp. I am getting water everywhere. So I leave half because every time I go to the hairdresser, they tell me that you're supposed to wash your hair twice. Wash it once, and if you live in London where the air is thick and horrible and there's dust and grit everywhere, wash it a second time with shampoo. So with that in mind, I don't actually know if it makes sense to do it with the rye flour as well, but with that in mind, I do it twice. So I use half and then I wash it through and then I use the other half. I mean, it's worked for me for the last 5 years, so that's all I'm going with. I have no qualifications whatsoever. There's probably hairdressers watching this going, what the hell is she doing? But it works for me. Same thing again on my scalp. Try and get all the little bits that I miss at the bottom, at the sides, behind my ears. Do a little bit through the mid-lengths, at the ends as well. Ooh, it's cold. Okay, so the next thing I do is I rinse the cup out and make sure that there are no clumps of flour left in there. And then with the apple cider vinegar, which this is not, but it's supposed to be apple cider vinegar, I put probably about 2 tablespoons in. So it comes up like halfway to the first line on the shaker, if you can see that. And then I fill that up with water. So pretty much full of water. Don't really need to shake it thoroughly, vinegar. but I give it a little shake. And then I pull that through my hair, about half, and then I rinse it through, and then I do it again. Don't let it go in your eyes because it will sting. I'm used to it because when I used to have nits as a child, head lice, my mum used to pour Dettol, diluted Dettol on my head. It's a Chinese mum. Very, very brutal. That's a story for another day. It really did sting though. I used to put a flannel over my eyes and she'd say I was weak for needing a flannel on my eyes. But it got rid of the nits. Her theory was that nits are dirty. So if you clean them, so would I. And it worked. Okay, now I'm using the rest of this stuff up. All the way through, make sure I get the mid-lengths and the ends of the hair so they're not clogged up with any dirt, grease, grime. That's pretty much it. So sometimes if I've left it for too long and my hair starts to go a little bit flaky or any like problems with my scalp, which is not too often, but if that happens I will put a couple of drops of tea tree in there and do the same thing again with a rinse of tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is supposed to be good for dandruff. Dropping everything. So I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to waste the water and I've got to have the rest of my shower now. So to conclude, I've been using that method since about June 2015 I think. And the rye flour, I now get it from Sainsbury's or from a little health food shop where my mum lives, depends, and it used to cost like 85p for a bag. I think in Sainsbury's it's like £1.10 maybe, but the bag I am currently using is probably about half full still, and I bought that in January, February, and it's now September. So it lasts me about a year because I wash my hair roughly once a week, or if I've been working out, which rarely happens these days, it will be twice a week. The less I wash it, the better. So yeah, it's very anecdotal. I'm no expert at all, obviously, and no professional whatsoever, but I just wanted to share because I still get asked quite a lot what the method is that I use, how much I put in, and I never know what to say because I never measure it. So there we go, that's what I do. If you try it, let me know. I know a few people out there have been trying it and it's been going well for them, but let me know your thoughts on the method. So I forgot to show you my hair texture after washing. So this is the following morning. All I've done is put it in a really loose plait overnight, and this is how the texture comes out. My hair is naturally quite wavy. Yeah, this is what it looks like. And if I use shampoo, it tends to drop a lot more. Like at the top, it will be it's very long, so it drops anyway. But if I use shampoo, it tends to just go straight all the way down to like here, and then have like a couple of loose waves. Whereas this method allows more oil, I guess, to stay in my hair and makes it kind of stick together a bit better, and I prefer it like that, just a bit more wavy, curly.